Our politicians are incredibly good at dealing with secondary problems. Let me give you a couple of examples. Whenever anything has happened in Europe of any popular attempt to register discontent about the weakness of our political elites, the politicians have been incredibly good at coming down on that secondary reaction. So in the UK, when somebody called Tommy Robinson started a movement called the English Defence League, I didn't agree with it, I didn't like what it did, but he started this, it was a movement, a street protest movement. When he started that, very soon afterwards, his own house was raided by police, his family's houses were raided by police, computers were taken away, and they managed to get him to prison on a mortgage fraud case. They sifted through everything in him, in his background, everything in his life, everything in his family's life. They found something, he went to prison. Mortgage fraud is bad, don't get me wrong. But it seemed rather obvious to some of us that the reason he was in prison was not because of the mortgage fraud, but because he was a problem and people, particularly our politicians, wanted that problem to go away. My point about this is, Tommy Robinson, the EDL, was a secondary symptom of a problem. They were the result of politicians rightly being seen not to have done anything with the primary problem. And the question some of us have kept on asking is, if you could do that with that person who caused you a problem, why couldn't you do it with the people that person was objecting to?
This is a front to recruiting people for ISIS.
Why couldn't you send the police into the houses of every extreme Islamist mullah in Britain, every radical preacher in Britain? I can bet some of them have got some dodgy mortgage stuff on the books. I can bet you'll get some of them on a technicality to do with something they've done once. But that's not the aim. The aim is to go to the secondary problem. Another example, Chancellor Merkel in her New Year message on the Pegida protests. I don't agree with the Pegida protests particularly. That's not the point. It is a legitimate movement of people saying that they dislike some of the things that are happening in their country. But that is not their primary concern was not what Angela Merkel was concerned about. She and the entire administration of her government turns on the reaction to the problem. So in her New Year's message, she says that the Pegida protesters have coldness in their hearts.
Es sind Vorurteile, ist Kälte, ja sogar Hass in deren Herzen.
Why does she not say the Islamists who the Pegida protesters are concerned about have the most incredible coldness in their hearts? That is our primary problem. We must be careful as Germans not to have too much coldness in our own hearts, but that is the problem. No, we have a political class that believes that you can solve these problems by dealing with the secondary symptoms. It is like going to a body racked with disease and solving a skin inflammation. This is a magnificent problem of our time, the inability to grapple with the primary problem.